Okay. Let's put these on. Let's get this going. Audio, check. Guys, what's going on, everybody? Carlos here once again from PremierReviewer, and today we're talking about the Zoom PodTrak P4next. Yes, this guy right here. Now, unlike most reviews that you're going to see in the next upcoming days or weeks, most of these people get it out the box, they test it out, and call it a review. We've had this for several weeks now, and I really put it through its paces, learning a lot. I'll show you some clips of me testing it out here and there. In this case, I have the Audio-Technica BP40. This is one of my absolute favorite mics, and as you hear, it sounds tremendous. And overall, give you my overall thoughts. That's what this video is about. So let's get right into this. Now, one of the things that I'm starting to realize is that AI is the N-word, which even Zoom has bought into this digital marketing strategy by calling the AI noise reduction. So we're going to actually activate it right now. My wife is she's behind that door right there, and she's on the phone with her sisters, and they're on FaceTime and stuff. So we're going to actually see if you can hear them. So now we're going to turn the AI noise reduction. Now, I myself can hear the difference. It brings the new, room tone completely down. So one of the things I love about this little new device, and I actually have the original P4. I think that was one of the most underrated products Zoom has ever made. I think as people actually used it, they fell in love with it. And I think that this guy is going to top that. The problem is that the marketing aspect of it hasn't been good. I don't think enough people really understand the power that they have in this device. Now, how can I compare it? Well, I've been using the Tascam Mixcast 4 for several years now, and I have to tell you that this device is amazing. It definitely belongs on a desk. But if you're a minimalist kind of a person, now I'm going to bring the RØDE Procaster mic over here a little bit closer to me. If you're a minimalist person, this device right here is going to keep your desk nice and clean. My only thing is if you want this to be a complete audio workhorse, it won't. And what I mean is, like, if you wanted to hook up some speakers, aka some monitors to your setup, you can't run it through this device. You would have to have something more like the Mixcast or the Procaster, Podcaster equipment. That kind of interface does it all. This one, has its shortcomings, but it packs way more of a punch than anything. So if we're going to look at the device as a whole, I'm going to get right off the bat and tell you about things that I believe they missed out on. Just like the original, they never put a 1/4-20 screw hole to mount it to a tripod, any kind of mount. They put they simply have it for a desk, and I think they're missing out. For myself, I think if they would have been able to put, and Zoom has done this in many other recorders, but for some reason they chose not to do it this time. But if they could have put it anywhere, just anywhere, top here, bottom, you would have gave us the option to be able to mount this to a tripod or a friction arm, something so that we can get it out of the way of our desk and kind of cable management even better. I'll turn this guy back around. So two things that I really love about this is I am actually recording. If you see this cable right here, this cable leads all the way to my camera. So I actually have this running right into my A7C, and I have it connected to the line 4. And the way it works is you don't use the gain knob here, you actually use the headphone knob. So if I turn down the headphone knob, you'll see that the audio gets very quiet. And if I turn it back up, you'll see that the audio gets better. I do have the active noise canceling, the AI noise canceling on. I also put the compressor. So if I'm talking and I'm moving around, the compressor is really going to help with the tone and not be feeling like you're so far away or coming in close. It gives you a more consistent sound overall. I do also have the tone, which the tone gives you a little bit more of that radio essence, that voice that, it's more baked in processing, which for running gun, I think this is perfect. You don't have to do a lot of audio mixing when it comes to a device like this. You still can. I haven't even pressed record. If I press record, not only am I recording through the camera, but I'm also recording through the device itself. So you have extra backup, extra security. And I think that's a game changer in itself, to be having, redundancy when it comes to that. We do have sound pads just like the original. We do have 4 XLRs. Now they're XLRs only, where I think they could have just made the device just a little bit more premium. And remember, I'm keeping in mind that the price it sits at is just, I don't, we're asking for more than we need. But locking, if we had some locking XLR ports, I think it would be that much better. It's not. This is not. It's not a combo jack. It's just strictly XLR, which again, to me, not a big deal. Now, I do have 2 microphones connected to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my other mic, and that is this guy right here. Okay, so now you guys hearing me on my Audio-Technica BP40. And again, multiple mics, multiple ways to use this bad boy. A lot of people tend to complain about Zoom's LCD screen. If it didn't have an LCD screen, they would complain. This one, it's very simple, black and white. It's very legible. I don't need a color screen. I don't need it to be any bigger. It's probably the size of an SD card. So if I were to put the SD card, it's about the size of the SD card. If I, almost that exact size. Now this takes a micro SD. The original took the full HD cards. Is that a big deal? To be honest, no. Micro, smaller, easier to lose. Sure. I've never lost a micro SD card. If you're one of those people who do, then, get more. But I try to do my best to not lose the stuff that I care about. It is sporting 2 USB-C ports. And how that works is, one for power, and the second one is data transfer or connecting right to your computer if you want to do that. And then you can use it as an interface in that way. For streaming, I think it'll work perfect. I haven't streamed with it. It's not that I just haven't had the time to test that feature out. Everything else, yes. As you see, sounds really good. This is sporting up to 70 dB. So this has the same, I believe, as their H8 or P8 recorder. And that is able to drive an SF7B. This is a Audio-Technica BP40, which is also similar to an SM7B, where it's very power hungry. I don't need a fat head. I don't need any kind of booster. It has enough clean gain to run a mic like this. The same for my Procaster from RØDE. It's something that needs a little bit extra boost, and it runs it just fine. So I have no quarrels. You have phantom power if you need it. I don't have any mics that need phantom power, so it's not a big deal to me. I really don't know many people who run phantom power. Now, if you're going to use it with a cloud lifter or fathead, something like that, then you're going to use the phantom power. But for me, not a big deal. The menu is very simple to go through. You have your play and pause button here. You have your 4 XLR knobs for your gain, and the same for your microphone. One of the things I would love to see for this bad boy would be an overall headphone master out. What does that mean? Well, to me, I think that if you had this guy and you put, like right now, I'm hearing myself because I have my headphones connected right to my camera. So I'm hearing my audio.
So what I was saying in that last clip, I realized I didn't finish my thought, or actually something happened to my camera. Anyways, so the master clip itself would be, in the case I was saying I have it connected to my camera itself, my headphone, I can hear no matter what mic I'm using, no matter what mic I'm going to. Now, if I were not to have it connected to my actual camera and I wanted to connect the device in order to hear myself properly, I would have to go to input 1 on the headphones, but I wouldn't be able to hear what somebody else's mic would sound like. So an overall mix, being able to hear everyone, so I wouldn't have to, and I'm just talking about producer who might be wanting to know what, someone who doesn't know what clean sound sounds like can hear. And I think they would have a perfect space right here. We'll put this over here. You could take a look and you could see right here would be a perfect space for future update version 2.0, where they can have that actual process for us. Connect the headphone in there and call it a day. Now, another thing I want to mention is the mix minus. This thing has mix minus, and for people who don't understand how difficult it used to be to make your quote unquote your own mix minus, you have no idea that they have implemented this. And a lot more, in 2024, 2025, we've had the feature actually baked into these devices. So you don't have to struggle with connecting one wire to one thing and connecting that wire to that. And that is a total game changer. So to me, that is just one of those improvement of life, quality of life type of features that they added. Not to mention, you can take calls. You can take remote calls with the port. It has 2 ways. You can connect a TRRS cable and connect that to your phone, or you can, which that's the method I would prefer, or you can connect via that Bluetooth hardware device they have, which at this point, I think they need to get away from that device and just have that cooked into the actual unit itself. I don't really know many people who are buying that device itself just to have Bluetooth functionality. But for me, I think just having it connected makes it life a little bit easier. But overall, I would just connect it right to my phone. That way I have a little bit more access to have higher quality when it comes to answering calls and taking people on calls on your podcast. So to me, guys, the PodTrak P4next is an upgrade in every way. If you want to stay tuned for my next video where I will be comparing the P4 and the P4next, I think you should subscribe. And yeah, till next time, I will see you around. Let's keep playing with this bad boy. I like it.